Welcome to the Top Stoic channel. Bring positive energy into your life. Reverse psychology. 13 lessons on how to use rejection to your favor. Have you ever had a door slammed shut in your face, only to later realize it was the greatest blessing in disguise? At the Top Stoic channel, we believe these moments are not the end, but a redirection towards something more aligned with your true path. Drawing from the enduring wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, we explore how rejection, often seen as a setback, is in fact a divine form of guidance. In the Stoic view, the obstacle becomes the way. The denial you face today may be the universe's quiet affirmation of something better ahead. Imagine living in a world where every no doesn't break you, but builds you. That's the Stoic mindset. Rejection is not a wound to your worth, but a sharpening stone for your strength. It's not about resisting fate, but learning to cooperate with it. When the world says no, perhaps it is really saying, not this way, but keep going. On the Top Stoic channel, we don't just reflect, we act. This episode breaks down 13 timeless Stoic lessons that show you how to turn rejection into resilience and how to move from disappointment to discipline. Feeling invisible, underestimated, or cast aside. Then you are in the perfect position to begin again with clarity, courage, and control. In today's video, we're not speaking in vague theory. We're handing you tested tools, forged in real-life adversity. Subscribe to the Top Stoic channel. Hit that like button and tap the notification bell so this wisdom can reach others who need it. The journey from rejection to triumph begins now. Are you ready to reclaim your power and rewrite your story? Let's begin. 1. Withdraw your attention. When life greets you with cold indifference, the Stoic path isn't to retreat, it's to rise. On the Top Stoic channel, we believe ignoring those who ignore you is not weakness, it's wisdom. When someone decides you're not worth their attention, remember, that's a reflection of them, not you. Your silence, your refusal to chase what rejects you, is a powerful act of self-respect. Like a mirror turned toward their apathy, it reveals that you are unmoved and unbroken. In the Stoic tradition, true strength is calm, not chaos. So how do you respond without bitterness? Simple. You don't. You refocus. Pour your energy into what elevates you and your craft, your goals, your growth. Whether it's reading, training, learning, or simply surrounding yourself with those who value you, this shift is not about revenge, but about reclamation. At the Top Stoic channel, we remind you, your time and attention are your most sacred currencies. Spend them where they multiply, not where they vanish. Let rejection forge you. Yes, it stings when you're ignored, but don't sit in the sting stand in it. Let rejection be your forge, not your cage. Build an inner fortress so strong that indifference can't penetrate it. This is not survival. This is Stoic flourishing. You are not defined by who overlooks you, but by how you carry yourself in their silence. Stay grounded, stay focused, and remember, your value isn't dictated by someone else's inability to recognize it. Let your actions echo louder than their absence. 2. Don't react emotionally. When rejection strikes, it often brings with it a surge of emotion, frustration, disappointment, maybe even a need to react. But on the Top Stoic channel, we explore a different approach. The Stoics, from ancient Greece to modern thinkers, remind us that true strength lies in composure. You don't need to deny your feelings, but you must refuse to be ruled by them. Emotional chaos may knock, but you decide whether to let it in. Rejection often hurts, not because of what was said or done, but because of what it awakens in us: doubts, fears, insecurities. When someone dismisses you, instead of chasing closure or validation, take a breath and turn inward. Ask yourself, why does this affect me so deeply? In most cases, it's not about them. It's about our own unexamined expectations. The Stoic path teaches us that this moment is not your identity. It's simply a moment. Let it pass. Being calm doesn't mean being passive. It means choosing intentionality over impulse. If you feel compelled to respond, do so not from a place of need, but of clarity. Be kind, be respectful, but don't seek validation. That's real emotional mastery. At the Top Stoic channel, we believe that your worth is not measured by how others see you, but by how you carry yourself when they don't. This is where your true power begins to surface. Learning to stay composed in the face of rejection is more than just a coping mechanism. It's a transformation. You're no longer at the mercy of others' opinions. Instead, you cultivate a grounded sense of self that doesn't rise or fall with external approval. That kind of self-assurance is rare and magnetic. When you embody this calm resilience, you're not just enduring rejection, you're growing from it. That's not weakness. That's stoicism in motion. 3. Release them. When faced with rejection, the Stoic response is not to deny its sting, but to rise above it. At the Top Stoic channel, we believe detachment isn't indifference, it's discipline. It's not about pretending it didn't hurt. It's about choosing not to carry that hurt any longer than necessary. Like a seasoned sailor in stormy waters, you don't curse the waves, you learn to use them. A rejection isn't a dead end, it's a redirection. Let it sharpen your vision, not cloud your mind. Transform the wound into wisdom. Rejection often signals that it's time to explore new horizons. So instead of circling old thoughts, break the loop. Read something that expands your mind. Push your body in a sport that demands discipline. Give your time to causes greater than yourself. These aren't distractions, they're doorways to discovery. Every new challenge faced and skill acquired builds a more resilient you. The Stoics taught us to seek inner strength through external trials. Let rejection be the spark that ignites your evolution. Build with intention, not resentment. Surround yourself with those who feed your growth, not your insecurities. Find strength in shared goals and honest conversations. In that supportive space, rejection loses its sting, it becomes irrelevant. As we often say on the Top Stoic channel, your worth is not decided by those who overlook you, but by how deeply you know yourself. Let rejection fade like smoke in the wind. The path forward is clearer than ever, and it belongs to you. 4. Let your actions reveal your worth. Turn rejection into your reveal. Rejection may sting, but in the Stoic mind, it is not defeat, it is revelation. At the Top Stoic channel, we believe rejection is life's way of testing your resilience and inviting you to rise. Instead of folding beneath the weight of being overlooked, see it as a stage to showcase your strength. If you're passed over in a meeting, or your efforts go unrecognized, pause. Don't spiral sharpen. Let the moment fuel your focus, not your frustration. Action speaks louder than approval. Rather than seeking validation, redirect your energy toward creation. Lead a project. Offer solutions. Build something that speaks for itself. Your worth isn't reduced by someone else's inability to see it. It's revealed by your quiet determination to rise regardless. In the Stoic tradition, what matters isn't recognition. It's the inner work. Recognition is a shadow. Substance is what casts it. Be the substance. A door closed is direction, not defeat. That old saying, when one door closes, another opens, isn't wishful thinking, it's a Stoic principle. If one path is blocked, it's not rejection, it's redirection. Perhaps you're meant to walk a route better suited to your purpose and passion. Use this time to reflect. Where do your strengths lie? Where does your purpose call you? Let rejection be the compass that sets you back on course. Strength with grace, power with empathy. Stoicism doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means leading them with discipline. Feel what you feel, then act with intention. Practice empathy, even for those who fail to see your value. Maybe their oversight reflects their own internal struggles. Your response, measured, calm, and dignified, shows your maturity. At the Top Stoic channel, we know empathy is not weakness. It's wisdom in action. Rise, resilient and refined. Every rejection holds a hidden opportunity to evolve. Learn from it, grow through it, and rise above it. Like the phoenix, emerge wiser, stronger, and more grounded. This is not the end of your story. It's the twist that leads to your truest self. Face rejection, not with fear, but with the steadiness of ancient wisdom and the spark of modern ambition. It's no longer your enemy. It's your greatest ally. 5. Cut off contact. The power of silence. At the Top Stoic channel, we understand that silence isn't weakness. It's wisdom in motion. When you've been rejected or ignored, the immediate impulse is to chase clarity, to reach out, to repair. But true strength lies in restraint. Choosing not to respond is not avoidance, it's control. It's saying, I don't need to prove my worth to be at peace. This form of silence isn't passive, it's purposeful. It marks the beginning of emotional recalibration and self-respect. Silence as a strategic reset. Cutting off contact isn't cruelty, it's clarity. It allows you space to reflect, to realign, and to rebuild your focus without the noise of unmet expectations. In a world where constant connection is seen as necessary, the decision to step back becomes a radical act of self-care. Use this time to sharpen your goals, return to your passions, and center yourself. This silence is not a void, it's a boundary that honors your value without demanding validation. A Stoic statement of inner strength. In the eyes of the Stoic, silence sends a powerful message. I am not shaken by rejection. I am grounded in who I am. You're not withdrawing to punish or manipulate. You're stepping back to protect your peace. This calm detachment is magnetic. You're not chasing attention. You're walking your path with intention. Even if the outcome doesn't change, you do. You become clearer, calmer, and stronger. And that, as we always say on the Top Stoic channel, is how rejection becomes redirection. 6. Rise beyond their doubt. The quiet rebellion of growth. At the Top Stoic channel, we believe that proving others wrong is never the true goal. It's a byproduct of proving something far more important, your own potential. Rejection, doubt, criticism. These are not walls, but sharpening stones. When someone underestimates your abilities, don't argue. Don't announce your plans. Instead, return to your craft, your discipline, and your purpose. Refine it, strengthen it, master it, not to impress them, but to exceed your own expectations. The Stoic doesn't seek revenge. They seek excellence. Speak through action, not emotion. You don't need loud declarations. You don't need to convince anyone. Let your actions become undeniable. If you're labeled unfocused, become the one who shows up every day with discipline. If you're called unoriginal, build something that speaks with quiet brilliance. This isn't about silencing critics, it's about tuning them out altogether. Let your progress whisper what your pride never has to shout. This is the Stoic path, steady, grounded, and unwavering in pursuit of personal mastery. Redefine victory on your terms. True strength isn't found in others changing their minds. It's in you changing your mindset. When you rise after rejection, you prove that your value was never theirs to define. The greatest win isn't their recognition, it's your realization. Realization that the only person you ever needed to believe in you was you. So let rejection be the fire that tempers you. And as we often say on the Top Stoic channel, you don't need to prove them wrong. You only need to prove yourself right. 7. Engage with life deliberately and joyfully. Embrace joy as a Stoic strategy. At the Top Stoic channel, we believe that joy is not an escape, it's a tool. In the face of rejection, many retreat inward, replaying moments of failure like a loop. But the Stoic path encourages the opposite, to reclaim your emotional balance by engaging fully with life. Pursuing joy is not weakness, it's wisdom. When life pushes you back, lean into activities that uplift your spirit. Whether it's revisiting an old hobby or discovering a new one, this is not avoidance. This is resistance through renewal. Reconnect through shared experience. Joy multiplies when shared. The Stoics understood the power of community, of walking life's path alongside others. Invite friends to hike, laugh, or simply break bread together. These connections aren't just social, they're healing. They remind you that rejection is only one thread in a much larger tapestry. Every conversation, every shared experience helps reinforce the truth. You are not defined by someone's indifference, but by the richness of your relationships and the strength of your response. Step into the unknown on purpose. Rejection often closes a door, but countless others remain wide open. Try something new, something unfamiliar. Take a cooking class, visit a part of town you've never seen, or learn a skill you once thought beyond your reach. These aren't just diversions, they're investments in your character. Every unfamiliar experience strengthens adaptability, deepens empathy, and widens your perspective. Growth doesn't always feel like progress, but every step you take into the unknown is a silent triumph over what tried to hold you back. Turn rejection into renewal. This isn't about pretending the pain doesn't exist. It's about choosing how you respond to it. At the Top Stoic channel, we teach that your response is your power. Let each joyful moment, each new adventure, remind you that rejection doesn't shrink your worth, it sharpens your will. Go out, engage, live deliberately, because in doing so, you're not just surviving rejection, you're transcending it. 8. Forge your reputation through quiet excellence. In moments where you feel invisible, overlooked in a room full of people, there lies an opportunity most fail to see. At the Top Stoic channel, we believe rejection isn't a wall, but a doorway to something deeper. Stoicism teaches us that the silence of others is not a reflection of our value, but a call to strengthen our inner foundation. Instead of chasing validation, turn inward. Focus on your growth, your discipline, and your contribution to the world around you. Elevating your social presence doesn't mean chasing popularity. It means refining your character. Physical training, pursuing your passions, advancing in your craft, these are not shallow distractions. They are acts of self-mastery. When you commit to personal excellence, you naturally command quiet respect. Let your journey speak, not for applause, but to form genuine bonds with those who recognize the same virtues within themselves. Share your story not as a way to impress, but to connect. Whether you're speaking about your work, your progress, or your challenges, do so with humility and purpose. Volunteer, join communities, initiate thoughtful conversations. These acts aren't just social gestures, they're investments in a network of meaning. As Marcus Aurelius said, "What is not good for the hive is not good for the bee." When you rise, bring others with you. The Stoic path doesn't call for attention, it calls for action. True status is built not by being seen, but by becoming someone worth seeing. When you pursue inner excellence, the outer recognition may come, but it no longer matters. What matters is that you've grown, that you've helped others grow, and that you've done so not for approval, but for the sake of virtue itself. That is the Stoic way. 9. Withdraw your attention, as if their presence holds no sway over your peace. Sometimes, the most profound response is silence. When someone ignores you, resist the urge to reclaim their attention. As taught by the Stoics, true power lies not in forcing recognition, but in preserving your inner peace. If someone chooses not to see your worth, let them. There is no wisdom in chasing validation. At a social gathering, instead of lingering in the shadows of someone's indifference, redirect your energy toward those who welcome your presence. Speak with those who uplift you. Your value does not diminish simply because another fails to acknowledge it. In moments when interaction is unavoidable, maintain composure and professionalism. Keep exchanges brief, purposeful, and free of emotional entanglement. This is not about being cold. It's about protecting your clarity and focus. As we often say on the TheTopStoic channel, self-mastery is not about winning petty battles, but about refusing to be dragged into them. By holding firm boundaries and staying centered, you demonstrate your strength not in opposition to others, but in commitment to yourself. If the indifference persists, choose the higher path. Let go and walk away with dignity. This is not surrender, but strategic redirection. Your time and energy are sacred and should be spent where growth, respect, and joy reside. In stepping back from what drains you, you move closer to what nourishes you. As Epictetus reminds us, we suffer not from the events in our lives, but from our judgment about them. Choose peace over provocation, and you'll find that silence can speak louder than any confrontation. 10. Withhold your words, not out of spite. In moments of indifference, silence is not a tactic of pride. It is an act of discipline. As taught by the Stoics, silence is not a weapon, but a sanctuary. When someone disregards you, the instinct may be to react, to explain, to reach out. But Stoicism offers a higher road. Respond not with noise, but with stillness. This silence is not cold or bitter. It's thoughtful, measured, and rooted in the desire to maintain your inner equilibrium, as shared on the TheTopStoic channel. This practice is less about others and more about yourself, your peace, your clarity, your path. In silence, there is space for reflection and refinement. Use this moment not to dwell on the actions of others, but to turn inward. Ask yourself, why did this affect me? What value or belief has been challenged? These questions are gateways to deeper understanding and personal evolution. The Stoics remind us that adversity is a mirror. It shows us where we are still vulnerable. Silence becomes a tool to polish our virtues and to align our responses with our highest values. It is not a void, but a vessel for insight. Choosing silence, then, is not retreat. It is advancement. It means you are strong enough to not be pulled into games of ego or conflict. You are reclaiming your energy for what truly matters: your growth, your peace, your purpose. As the Top Stoic channel often emphasizes, serenity is not found in control over others, but in mastery of oneself. By holding your silence with intention, you demonstrate wisdom, self-respect, and an unshakable commitment to your own higher standard. In this, you become immovable, not because you are distant, but because you are deeply grounded. 11. Seek not validation from others. When faced with silence or disregard, the Stoic path is not to chase attention, but to retreat inward and ground yourself in self-respect. To beg for attention is to hand over your peace to another. Instead, as taught by the Stoics, we anchor ourselves in what we can control: our thoughts, our actions, our sense of self. If someone chooses not to see your value, let them. Their oversight does not alter your essence. As featured in the Top Stoic channel, true dignity comes from walking quietly in your own purpose, not clamoring for recognition. Rather than performing for someone else's gaze, perform for your own growth. Immerse yourself in the things that bring meaning to your life. Channel your energy into your passions, your goals, your health, into pursuits that require no applause to be worthwhile. Your confidence should not hinge on who's watching, but on the strength of your own intentions. Choose activities that align with your values. Engage with people who mirror your respect. This is not passivity. This is active sovereignty. In a world addicted to validation, the choice to not beg for attention is revolutionary. It is a daily act of self-mastery. So, if you ever feel overlooked, remember, you do not need the spotlight to be radiant. Invest in your growth so deeply that the need for external approval fades into insignificance. Let your quiet strength speak louder than any words. As the Stoics would remind us, you are already enough, and your worth was never theirs to decide. 12. Practice compassion without attachment. In a world that often rewards loudness and emotional reactivity, the Stoic path calls for something more refined: calm strength. When met with indifference, do not respond with coldness or retreat into bitterness. Instead, as the Top Stoic channel reminds us, extend kindness, but anchor it in emotional clarity. A simple nod, a courteous word, a soft smile. These are not gestures of submission, but of self-command. Offer them freely, without expecting acknowledgement or return. True kindness, after all, is never transactional. To remain emotionally grounded does not mean building walls. It means setting healthy boundaries. You cannot dictate how others treat you, but you can decide how you respond. This is where Stoicism finds its voice. In the space between stimulus and response. Maintain your composure, not for their sake, but for your own. Emotional distance is not a sign of detachment from humanity. It is a sign of deep inner stability. It is choosing not to be ruled by someone else's silence. By walking this line, kind yet untouched, open yet unwavering, you embody the core of Stoic virtue. You demonstrate to yourself and the world that your peace is self-sustaining. As the Top Stoic channel teaches, dignity lies not in controlling others, but in mastering yourself. In the face of rejection, let your grace be quiet and firm. Let your strength come not from resistance, but from restraint. This is how you hold your center and how you become truly unshakable. 13. Guard your hardships with quiet strength. When you're met with silence or rejection, the urge to make your pain visible can be strong. But Stoicism reminds us, true strength is not loud, it is composed. Rather than broadcasting your struggle, you choose instead to anchor yourself in inner calm. This isn't about denying your feelings or faking a smile. It's about mastering your emotional response. The greatest warriors don't shout their battles. They move forward with unwavering discipline and grace. At the Top Stoic channel, we believe that what you don't show is just as powerful as what you do. Carry on with your mission. Keep waking up with purpose. Keep pursuing your craft, your values, your growth. Not to prove anyone wrong, but to prove to yourself that your self-worth isn't dependent on who sees it. You control your effort, your mindset, and your actions. Let others wonder how you remain steady in the storm. You're not hiding the pain, you're choosing not to be defined by it. That's Stoic resilience in motion. Choosing not to reveal your struggle isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's the art of keeping your inner world whole, while the outer world tries to shake you. Stoicism teaches that your emotional integrity is sacred, and by holding it close, you preserve your dignity, sharpen your character, and stand firm in the face of chaos. You become the calm in the storm, the steady flame in a world of flickering lights. As we wrap up this journey through Stoic strategies for transforming rejection, remember this: every no you face is a hidden gift, a test of who you are and who you're becoming. At the Top Stoic channel, we're here to remind you that silence can speak volumes, and strength often hides in restraint. If this message resonates, subscribe, hit the bell, and drop a comment. Share your reflections, or simply type "strength in adversity" to let us know you're walking this path with us. Let's continue mastering the Stoic way together.